I like the saying, the neck is like a box of chocolates, something I came up with. Well, obviously it's not original, it's from Forrest Gump, but he talked about life. I thought about it because I recently did a procedure for a late 30-year-old gentleman who was a very athletic guy that had almost no body fat, and he had a big bulgy neck. And so you'd think, well, what is that? And he actually had Kybella, which you know my opinion about it. It's absolutely useless. And guess what? It was absolutely useless for him. So when I did his neck, I went in, did a deep neck lift because he's young enough. I didn't have to do the lateral lifting for him. I did everything through the incision underneath his neck. And you never know what you're going to get until you get in there. So when I went in there, there was almost no subcutaneous fat, which could be because of the Kybella or because he has such 0 body percent fat. But most of the issue I knew was going to be sitting below his platysma or above. In other words, inside his platysma muscle. Opened up his platysma muscle, and lo and behold, there was almost no fat there either. So you're thinking, well, why is he so bulgy then? I mean, there's no fat outside, either due to Kybella or his thin weight. There's no fat inside his neck. So why is it bulgy? Well, it's there's two major components. It's muscle and glands. So I shaved down his submandibular glands flush with his neck, and then I went in and took out in a very clean fashion his anterior belly of the digastric as well as mylohyoid until it looked flush flat. And he had a little bit of subplatysmal fat in the center, very, very little. And I carved that out to create a nice right angle, cervical mental angle for him. And then I tied his platysmas together. So that is interesting because actually I've never taken that much digastric out on a person. It's not going to cause any issues for him, even though he's a weightlifter. It's not going to cause any issue because digastric's really not doing too much. And I'm not really removing the digastric. I'm just shaving down what is bulging out there. But he had these massive digastric muscles and massive submandibular glands and no fat. So I never know when I get in there, is it mainly going to be digastric muscle? Is it mainly glands? It's almost always pretty large glands, to be honest with you. Whenever I see a bulgy neck, that's almost a given. And you never want to take just subplatysmal fat out. If you do that and not take the glands out, you're going to have a cobra deformity, which is going to be too much removal in the center. So you always want to take things very evenly, and the glands to me is a must-do. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people out there are very uncomfortable doing glands. But that's something that I thought was interesting, so I came up with this expression, life is like a box of chocolates, but a neck is like a box of chocolates, because you never know what you're going to get in there until you get in there.